Stage 2 had now commenced. Liz and Murray left us in Coles Bay to resume their road trip. They would come aboard again once we reached Hobart. After a brief overnight stop at Bryan's Corner at the southern tip of the Freixenet Peninsula, it was off before dawn. Our destination, Port Arthur, 75 miles away to the south.
Way over there are the tall ships anchored. That'd be the Endeavour with those lights on.
So what do you call this now?
Pancakes, stuffed pancakes.
Oh, jeez. What you do?
They're not stuffed.
Alistair's working through his pancake.
Yum. Absolutely delicious.
The wind was heading our way. The forecast for the next couple of days was for around 20 to 25 knots from the northeast. But as a local sailor in Coles Bay commented before we departed, if it's 20 knots this side of the Tasman Peninsula, then it'll be 40 knots on the other side. Never a truer word. I think we've got the Endeavour ahead of us doing about 4 knots, and we've been outpacing the James Craig astern of us. But we're thinking they'll be anchoring in at Port Arthur and we'll be doing the same. Here we are off Tasman Island. Just magnificent. We are off to do a house call to His Majesty's ship Bark Endeavour.
All right.
Planky.
Coming down.
Oh, there she is. There she is. James Craig's just come around the corner.
Very nice, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's 4.95. I mean,
Oh, it has too. Got a rope between them.
this is our anchorage at Stinking Bay, just near Port Arthur. And over the stern this morning you can see it's misty and rainy, but we've got the Soren Larsen, the Bark Endeavour, and way in the distance there, well, not that far really, the James Craig. A wonderful sight.
Where are we off to, Rob?
We're off to Hobart town. We're leaving Stinking Bay, Port Arthur, just back there, and we're making our way down the harbour here. We'll take a right at the bottom, head up through Storm Bay. At the moment we've got the wind on our stern quarter and it's raining and seas are flat, mercifully. As anticipated, the winds picked up as we rounded Cape Rayor and entered Storm Bay, with the sails trimmed accordingly. Inside the cockpit, however, the mood was jolly and upbeat as we closed in on the Derwent River, Hobart, and our final destination, the Prince of Wales Marina, a short distance up from the famous, or infamous, Tasman Bridge. Derwent River, that's Hobart and Mount Wellington in the distance. The further up the Derwent River we travelled, the sunnier and calmer it became. It was hard to believe that just a few hours earlier we were surrounded by whitecaps. In response to the 1975 Tasman Bridge disaster, all ships now have a tugboat escort, and the bridge is closed to traffic until the all clear is given.
Cheers for the captain! Woohoo! Woohoo! Woohoo!
Just another 3 miles and it was a hard left into Prince of Wales Bay and our temporary berth at the Marina of the same name. There's Chimere parked in amongst the other boats here at the Prince of Wales Marina. Snugly tied up in our Marina berth, friends Liz and Murray joined us once more. For Rosie, Alistair and Bill, their time aboard had come to an end, and it was time to say our sad farewells. This would be our base for the next couple of weeks as we enjoyed the Australian Wooden Boat Festival in Hobart and then did short trips around to Norfolk Bay, Bruny Island and the D'Entrecasteaux Channel. Where's the smart money today, Linda? The odds are on the yellow. Go for the lemon.
Lemon. Yeah, lemon.
I like the lemon.
Lemon's
a shoey.
Lemon-o top.
Short odds.
I like noodle boys. I think
Protest! They turned off their AIS. The Australian Wooden Boat Festival lived up to expectations and more. And while in Hobart, there was even an opportunity to catch up with my brother Andrew, who was more than happy to provide land-based transport in his car. Having enjoyed the Wooden Boat Festival, it was now time to explore the surrounding area. Friend and local resident Mark joined us aboard as we headed off down the Derwent. Our destination lay east, around the top of Tasman Peninsula into Norfolk Bay. It is here we would explore a convict settlement and coal mine, plus Eaglehawk Neck. So that's Betsy Island. And we're going to head up here towards Tasman Peninsula, and we'll go around the northern tip of it and down into Norfolk Bay, and we'll find an anchorage late this afternoon. So here we are at the ruins of what was once a coal mine.
The convict.
Run by 457 visa labourers, I think, weren't they? So they had to build their barracks, and then they followed the coal down into the mountain, and they shipped it out of here for Hobart. But in years past, they didn't value the historic nature of the buildings, and a lot of the stuff was taken for other construction nearby. Here we've got the front of the, well, what were the barracks. So the various cells.
Come out well.
Across Norfolk Bay from the old coal mine and convict station lies Eaglehawk Neck. For some time I'd been intrigued by this natural landform and wondered whether we might be able to navigate its full distance, all the way to the main road that leads south to Port Arthur, and what was known in convict times as the Dog Line. Some of the depths indicated on the chart seemed rather shallow, but there was only one way to find out. So we brought the princess ashore and we've been able to get the dinghy up high enough so that the feet remain dry.
Watch this. Da, 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 da.
Ah, nice.
Rob walked the last however long because it was so shallow.
Yes. Yeah, we come all the way up the channel. Did well to me, Lenny.
We did.
You were very brave, weren't you?
Oh, it was.
With a draft of around 1.8 metres, our homework suggested it was doable. That said, we kept to the middle and came in on a rising tide. At one point, as the numbers on the depth sounder got smaller and smaller, we were torn between either backing off the revs in case we touched or piling on the revs in order to plough through the mud. In the end, we had nothing to fear and we spent a peaceful night at anchor. Back at the Prince of Wales Bay Marina, it was a quick turnaround as we said goodbye to Mark. We were joined by our oldest son Matt, and at Kettering the next day by his girlfriend, now wife, Cathy. The last time I'd sailed the waters of the D'Entrecasteaux Channel was around 40 years earlier, in 1978, as a teenager aboard our family's Compass 29, named Arawa. The region was full of great memories, and for our friends Liz and Murray, who had just watched the series thriller The Kettering Incident, it was a source of mock anxiety and tension. There's some passing rain squalls, and there's one over there. Where we're going there's no rain squall, a bit of sunshine. Here's something you don't expect in the bush, on the beach, is a train track. It's a narrow gauge train track that just goes on into the bush. It's called the Ida Bay train track. Well, I don't think it's running, but it travels through the bush. I suppose all the engines and the carriages are at the other end somewhere. We've just come ashore here. We're waiting for the others. You don't often see train tracks on the beach, do you? No. I mean, there's the boat just anchored out there. There's the beach. It's got disabled access ramp.
More passengers coming now. I think it's shut down.
We're coming into Port Esperance, the little town of Dover. And there's some little islands in the bay here called Faith, Hope and Charity. Holding a steady course. Linda's reading the book. Linda and I had a very special reason to visit Dover. Specifically the Dover RSL. The last time we were here was February 1978. At the time we were sailing with my father and we tied up for the night at the local jetty. In our late teens I innocently accompanied my girlfriend Linda, now my wife, ashore in search of a public toilet. We ended up at the RSL, and the memory of our unique experience with two drunk and extremely persistent patrons hell-bent on taking us back to their farm, thinking we were runaways, is still extremely vivid. If you'd like to learn more, I'll put a link in the description box below. We've parked way out there. Very narrow isthmus that separates North Bruny Island from South Bruny Island, and so we're going to go down there and go across to the big bay on the other side. It's really just wide enough for a road, and you can hear the cars through the bush on our right hand side. Tied up once more at the Prince of Wales Bay Marina, it was a time of transition. After all the fun aboard, Linda, Matt, Cathy, Liz and Murray would be leaving us shortly.
Drop your bottom lip. You could smile. That's right, Dick.
Coming aboard for the next leg would be my long-time university friend and sailing buddy, John, flying in from New Zealand. Also joining us would be Isabel, sister of Alistair and Rosie, plus their friends Ray and Jackie. It was time to tidy up, restock and reflect on the wonderful times we'd shared together. Stage 3 would be starting in just a few days.